What is up, guys? It is Grianar. Today I'm going to be going over the WoW modding tool Noggit. I'm just going to jump right into this. First off, we're going to be looking at the raise and lower terrain tools. As you can see, there's 6 different settings. You have your brush radius and brush speed. We're going to look at each of those settings right now. So, as you can see for the flat, it really, raises the terrain very, it has like, it doesn't look too nice, but that's how you would create like a flat surface. I mean, as you can see, now we're going to go to the smooth. So it kind of raises it smooth to a point, like, I mean, as you can see, but it still, turns out real bulky. Trignom, try it. So it raises up actually fairly well. Looks really nice. It's real nice rounded on the top. So we'll go over to linear. Linear is the one that it's set to on default, and it's the one that's used most of the time to make mountains and things of that sort. It really gets a smooth, it really smooths things out, doesn't make it too bulky. Anyways, we're going to go to polynomial, and yeah, this is like just horrible. Okay, quadratic, which is basically cubes, which would be used for if you wanted to maybe create some type of cube terrain by, say, doing this and then just, raising up a giant cube or something like that, like a small mountain, things like that, But, so that is the 6 different types. Okay, so first off, we'll see. We're going to go over, that's basically that. I mean, you can change the brush radius by sliding it. You can change the brush speed by sliding it. Those are obvious what they do. Now we're going to go on to the flatten and blur tool. You have 3 settings here. Flat, which is if, right here, for example, if I wanted to make this even out, I could do this. Then there's the smooth, which I would use right here to smooth this out and make it look a little bit more natural and things like that. As you can see, it really, really makes it look a lot better. Then, then after the smooth, we have the linear. This is both of them, and it definitely gives you the best. I guess it gives you the best results. I'll just go ahead and smooth this one out because it was definitely the roughest one, and you'll get to see how it really makes it look. It makes it look real nice, natural, like that. I mean, as you can see, it does looks better than it did before. I mean, I didn't put too much effort into that. And I mean, yeah, so I mean, it looks nice, and especially on these, make it look really good. But anyways, so that basically goes over that. I mean, you can change the brush radius on these two to say like that right there, and well, that's actually a lot. So we're gonna change that down to about right there, and then you can just smooth out the whole area. Okay, as you see, or yeah, so now we're going to go to the 3D paint. This tool is actually used for texturing, but most of the time you can actually just open up a texture palette, not filter it, load textures. We're going to load the Grizzly Hill textures, and then what you do is you just select one. We'll select this one, and then you click U, and then it brings up the this area. This is where you actually do the texturing at. So you can actually change these settings to be more of what you want them to be, things like that. or I mean, you can actually, I mean, you can do this. You can click and, well, you can click right there, pick a texture. You can click swap. Well, I actually have to choose a better texture, but at the moment, that's, I mean, you can do the texture swapper, but this is what you use for making mountains and things like that. So we're gonna pick up this. Well, no, we're not gonna use this texture. We're gonna load up this one again. And then you can just, do some like basic spots and things like that. So maybe like this, and then maybe something going through here like this, and then something like that. Just make like a little circular area. And then you can actually go down and view it. If you need to get closer up, you can use the Q and E keys. Yeah, so I mean, as you can see, you can do that. Then you can just click U again, go out of that mode, then go over to your raise and lower, put it in linear, and then just bring up a mountain off that. Actually, I'm gonna do that real quick. It's gonna bring up a small little mountain. Obviously, it doesn't look as good as it could. I didn't put too much effort into it, but then you get that basic mountain form, and then you can just if you need to, you can do some final touch-ups in this mode by going to the texture, and then just going across it like this. It's preferred that you use the U to do this. It's a lot easier. It's like, say if I wanted to take actually, if I wanted to take this texture and just kind of fill in between there, I could, give it a little bit more texture to the mountain, things like that. Then just click U, and then when you look at it, I mean, you have, textured mountain. Now we're going to go over the holes tool. So this is what you use, say if you was put in a cave, and actually it's used right here, as a matter of, well, actually no, it isn't. This is where they've just built a little mountain area. It's probably used in this area somewhere, but basically what you do is, say if you, yeah, right here, if you have like this, you can just Control C. We're gonna put it somewhere where it goes up with the mountain, so maybe use the quadratic, just raise up like a block area, so it'll work a little bit better. And raise up a area like this, then we're going to smooth it out. I'm just going to flatten it. The top, just flatten that, and now you have that area. So now you can just take the actual model that I just copied and pasted in, which is the nice thing. Then you just set it right there. Go to the holes, click right there, and get rid of the holes. And now, I mean, as you can see, you have a nice model in the position of that you can basically move around and do things like that with it. And I mean, it does take some work to get it all set up to the way you need it and things like that, but once you get it, I mean, it'll look really nice, and you'll have a nice working model that you can use. So say you have it like this, which I think is actually good, except for right there. Let's actually put that back and see what that affects. Nothing. So now, as you can see, I have this big cave system that goes off, and there's no interference from the original ground. And actually, there, it just needs to go over just a bit, so that's not showing. And now, yeah, so I've just put in a cave, and then you can go through and do some edits to it. Maybe get the linear tool and just go over this a little bit and raise it up, make it look natural, things like that. I mean, there's really, it's unlimited what you can do. If you're experienced and things like that. But So definitely a nice tool to use. Just do this, and now you have a cave in. Raise that up. There you go. Um, so that's what the hole tool does. Now the area ID paint, I'm not really going to get into too in depth with this, as this is for I guess people that are really trying to get a nice, real custom feel to their area. What you do is you can actually click X, bring up the area ID list, and it shows all the different places. So say I want an area ID from Duratar. We're gonna go down since I can't really read any of this, and Sinjin. So that's 367. And then what you can do is just click that and and it'll say you're in Duratar Sinjin now. That says you're in an unknown location. Rochland, Duratar Sinjin, unknown location. So that's how that works. It's but this goes off whatever is set in the area table.dbc. So if you wanted to add a new zone, you'd have to go and add the actual line in the DBC. So now we're going to continue with the impassable flags. This is basically the big blue wall that you see that people usually would glitch through in order to get to GM Island whenever they exploited the game back in 3.3.5. This is that big blue wall. You just set one of these down, and if anybody was inside of this, they would have to glitch outside of the wall in order to get out. That's basically what that is. Now we're going to go over some of the other aspects, which are actually importing models from model viewer to here. So first off, you actually have your helper models, which are really good for scaling textures and things. So you could just simply get a human scale, and as you can see, that cave is really big compared to a human. Or you could get a sphere, which it's pretty big, and we're going to delete that. But you have the helper models. Then you also have your or actually, like say if I clicked this and I clicked to text file, then later on I could click from text file, click right here, click this, and it would actually import that. But I prefer to do it to where if you have set your config up right, you can actually import models from model viewer. And basically the way it works is the last M2 you looked at in model viewer will be the one you imported, and the last WMO you looked at will be the one imported. So you could actually have your model viewer opened up on the second screen, and then you could have the Noggit open up on the other screen. And while you was looking at your model viewer, of course through different MPQ files, so you didn't corrupt the ones you're using for Noggit, then you can actually just make it to where it's a really nice workflow, and you can just simply click a model and then import it, and there's no need to shut any programs out or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and import the last M2, which was a barrel. Then we're also going to import the last WMO, which was a bear cave thing, which is huge, that I was actually looking at. So I'm going to set that down, and so we're just going to put that right there. Go to the holes. This isn't going to look too good because I'm not going to work with the terrain or anything, but yeah. So as you can see, actually I can put that back, and it actually fits in better than I thought it would. I'll just go right here, raise and lower. I could just lower that, or I could actually raise that terrain. Well, actually lower it so it's not showing. And there you go. I mean, I just put in this cave, and there's no terrain problems or anything. Well, except for right here, but that's because it probably comes out of the side of the mountain, somewhere in that area. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. But yeah. So I mean, as you can see, it's just really that simple. to work with Noggit. That's about all I'm going to go over today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more videos coming from me in the future on WoW modding tools. Yeah, see ya.